I'm a person who often finds myself reorganizing things, especially the things that I collect, as I am acquiring new things and getting rid of old things. So I often am reorganizing my bookshelves. That's what we're going to be doing today. I will show you what my shelves currently look like. Um, they are a little bit messy, especially what I like to call my shelf of shame, which is my childhood bookshelf. All my shelves have, as you can tell, they're not matching. It's not my ideal setup for my shelves. I do eventually want to buy some nice bookshelves, but I want to obviously wait on that until I have the money and space to do so. For now, I have these for now I have these mismatched shelves that they do the job. But the first step is going to be to empty off all the books from my shelves so that I can give the shelves a nice deep dusting because they definitely need it. And then we can also count up my books. I will put the final total up on the screen for you to see how many books I have and maybe a slight category breakdown. I have a lot of books that kind of fall into a lot of different genres. I'm not sure where to put them, so I'm kind of just leaving that decision up to what, at the end of the day, I think is going to look best on my shelves, what makes the most sense to me. So So I'm here on the floor to give you the beginning of my bookshelf tour. We are starting down here at the bottom. I have not added anything particularly special to this shelf. It is just my Sarah J. Maas collection, pretty self-explanatory. We've got A Court of Thorns and Roses going into the going into the Throne of Glass series. And then right over here we have the first two Crescent City books, which are the only two on here that I have not read as of yet. Keep an eye out in January for me to read the entire series, hopefully in one video, if not a couple parts. So yes, pretty self-explanatory, not that exciting, but a great selection of books nonetheless. Back you up just a little bit to see the next shelf. Alright, now I apologize for the little bit of glare. I'm not sure how to not have that going on, but I really wanted to have this edition of the Bell Jar on display. See if I can, maybe that helps a little bit. I don't know, but I really wanted to have this on display. It is one of my all-time favorite books, and I just recently picked this up from a vintage bookstore, and I saw it and super excited, obviously. Had to have it. I do have my original one that I read from and tabbed. If I do reread, I think I might read out of this edition just because it is so gorgeous. And so I have my sort of lit fic and memoirs here, kind of a, in general fiction, kind of a little bit of a random assortment, but I have my translated fiction over here. So that was quite unfortunate. I just recorded quite a few clips and my microphone. I just had to make sure. I'm going to face it towards you guys. I'm sorry if that's annoying, but I need to make sure that I notice if this dies again. So I recorded a couple clips without my mic on. So this is my main fantasy shelf. I've got some of my Illumicrate books, my Empyrean series. I've got my little dragon guy and my little dragon mug. Very pretty to sit near my Fourth Wing books. Very on theme. And then my favorite little section is my mythology and retellings section here. Very small right now. Hoping to grow this collection very soon because I am just loving Greek mythology retellings. And honestly, retellings in general, fairy tale retellings, any mythology retellings, they're just, I love seeing what twists get put on classic stories. So we've got Iliad and Odyssey, and we've got the Iliad and the Odyssey retellings, obviously via Madeline Miller, the queen of Greek mythology retellings. And then I just put Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman here because I thought that the colors honestly just looked pretty. Over here, not too much to talk about. I really just want to point out how cute my Nightfell replica looks with my Folk of the Air series. If you have not seen my fall book haul and Illumicrate unboxing video, that is where you can see my reaction to that. Oh yeah, and then I got my little frog guy here, which is so cute. And then I'll bring you up just a little bit, show you my middle grade fantasy shelf, which I think is probably my favorite shelf of them all. Namely because my boyfriend is super sweet and bought me this Harry Potter Lego set of the scene where Luna is telling Harry that he's not crazy for being able to see the Thestrals. And I just thought it was so cute. You will see the little details in the B-roll, but it just looks so perfect up on my shelf. Sits so perfectly on top of the books and just fits amazing. I've got my Narnia box set and my Neil Gaiman, all but this Neil Gaiman book, obviously, because that's an adult fantasy. I just thought that this shelf is super cute, and I hope you guys love it as much as I do. Now on to the next bookcase. So I am actually going to be behind the camera for these couple shelves, as it is literally on the floor and I'm not going to lay down to get in the shot. My young adult transitioning into mystery, thriller, and horror here. Kind of a random shelf, stuff that I just had to mishmash together. We have a little bit of a shameful selection in the middle here. Not the greatest shelf, but it'll do. And then next up we have my romance shelf. I did put a little bit of fantasy romance here as well because it would not fit over with my other fantasy books, and I thought that the colors look nice. So I do have Olivia Blake, One for My Enemy, and a Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I thought the colors just looked nice. I have my Emily Henry and my Ashley Poston, and yeah, I also put the XX over here, that in my fantasy books that just had to get shoved over into the romance section. And these are romance books over here that I read a long time ago in middle school and high school. I'm not sure if these still stand up anymore, but they're staying for now. I guess we'll start over here. We have my hardcover special edition classics. We've got Anne of Green Gables, some Mark Twain, some mythology, My Brothers Grimm, Poe. This Sleeping Beauty actually is not a book, it is a watch. I will give you a little B-roll of that. A really cool collector's edition watch that I got from my grandpa when he passed away. We have my gorgeous edition of The Picture of Dorian Gray, even though that is not really my favorite book of all time. I decided to include The Hunger Games as part of my hardcover classics because why wouldn't I? They are classics and they are hardcover, and you shouldn't argue with me about either of those things. And then I have my cute little pearl on top of here, which I thought was a fun little touch, and cat hair is already collecting on my shelves. I'm sorry there has been a couple days that has passed. I did dust these, I promise, but it has been a while. And then I have my little stack of books that I could not fit anywhere, my little to get to soon TBR. I did also want to mention I used to, when I was younger, always take off the dust jackets. So I don't have any of the dust jackets for my hardcover editions of the original trilogy. I do have the dust jacket for The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, however, and it is beautiful. So I would like to keep it, although I like to display them all matching. So if anyone knows how to store your dust jackets for safekeeping, that would be lovely. Please let me know down below. And then lastly, I'm here in front of my shelf of shame, and I'm a little disappointed to show you because it is still my shelf of shame. I'm not sure what I am going to do to make this thing cute, but it is not going to be seen in this video. Maybe after I get more books for Christmas and my birthday, I will do another rearranging session and we can actually make use of this shelf. Maybe I can clean it up a bit as well. So you're about to see the ugly reveal in 3, 2, 1. Yes. And that's all you're seeing.